Stefan Bradley is a professor of African American Studies at Bellarmine College of Liberal Arts at Loyola Marymount University, and he joins us now. Professor, good to have you with us on the program again. How do you expect Juneteenth to be marked in America this year, especially within the context of what's been happening in recent weeks with race relations?
Yeah, I'm just very surprised that Juneteenth became such an issue. When I was a boy, I celebrated Juneteenth, and it seemed that mostly just people in the Black community celebrated Juneteenth. As the rise of Black Lives Matter continues, there are these cultural pieces that come to the forefront, and so America, for the first time, is recognizing what was before largely just a Black holiday, and so. It means so much more at this moment because those people who were celebrating Juneteenth in 1865 were celebrating their freedom. And so in this moment where it appears African Americans, Black people in the United States are fighting for their freedom, these kinds of holidays mean that much more.
You talked about celebrating this as a boy and how it seemed to be a holiday that only Black Americans celebrated. Do you think this is something that many white Americans have never actually heard of?
Oh, I'm completely, positively, definitely sure of that. I think that this is one of the situations where, in part, I'm proud that Americans are finally learning American history. But this is something that if you would have polled many white Americans, they would have never known about this particular holiday. And it's sad because this is one of the most American holidays there is in existence at this moment.
Yeah, and it's wonderful that it is finally being recognized. But how can people turn this holiday into a way to raise more awareness about race relations in America?
Yeah, I think one of the things is be careful not to commodify Juneteenth. I think that's one of my biggest fears. I'm of two minds. I'm happy that people are finally talking about Juneteenth and talking about when these Black people were able to get free. But I'm also a little concerned about this being merely symbolism and used as a way to dissuade people from mobilizing and organizing and protesting. So I think that we should consider it as a gain, a cultural gain in some ways, but not forget about the very important things that the people on the street are fighting for, and that is a reformed or, as they say, defunded police state and better treatment of African Americans in general throughout the United States.
Mm-hmm. How are you personally commemorating Juneteenth this year, and what are some things that you tell your students about it?
Yeah, definitely. So every year I go to a Juneteenth celebration. Typically they're in the Black community, and so this year we'll likely do the same. We cook out, and then one of the most important things that we do is we talk about the history of Juneteenth, and we talk about what it must have felt like to be informed, even in a late way, that you were free. And so, to me, I think the people who were freed back in 1865 hollered Jubilee. This time around, we're going to holler Black Lives Matter, and we're going to take some time to figure out how we're going to get free again.
All right, wonderful. Stefan Bradley, thank you for joining us again today.
Thank you.